have been tired and God says, hey, don't give up. Reset. Some of us have been playing tug of war in situations, and if you've ever played tug of war, some of the greatest moments of momentum are when somebody gets a new grip. When you, and you want, some of you don't need to give up, you need to get a new grip. So take a new grip with your tired hands and strengthen your weak knees. Mark out a straight path for your feet so that those who are weak and lame will not fall but become stronger. This year, God is saying, new grip. Get a new grip. Get a new grip on what God is saying for your life. A new grip in planting yourself in the house of God. A new grip on what community looks like for you. A new grip of doing what God has asked you to do. Somebody shout at me, a new grip. It's time to reset. Matthew.
Open forward, heart in line. Soul on fire, watch me shine. In His grace I find my way. Every step a brighter day. So steps between realize. Building dreams and reaching skies. In the light I walk this road. Faith and truth my steady code.
A blessed morning to you. Before anything else, I like to tidy up a little, even if it's not perfect. Making the bed, clearing the space, it's like clearing my mind. It helps me settle into prayer and worship, creating a space where I can really focus on God. A small act, but it reminds me that preparation matters, even in the little things. This is day 1 of 21 days prayer and fasting, and I'm reminded that prayer and fasting are not just rituals, they are lifelines, sacred rhythms that breathe life into weary souls. They strip away the noise, clearing distractions that cloud our connection with God. Fasting is not about deprivation, but redirection, letting go of what feeds the flesh to focus on what nourishes the spirit. It's a surrender, a bold declaration that God is our sustenance, our strength, our source. When we fast, we're not just giving up food, we're releasing anything that pulls us away from His presence. And it's in that letting go that we take hold of His voice with fresh strength, fresh clarity, and fresh purpose. There are times that we come to God exhausted, drained by the weight of life, but fasting reminds us that it's in surrender, not thriving.
'Cause you know what's in store. So I need you more and more. So yes, I'm in yesterday's clothes because it's comfier and I'm going out for a walk only for like 30 minutes. And so my gym clothes are not very wintry, and so I don't want to be distracted by the cold. And so I'm gonna shower and change anyway, so there's no point in me like disturbing my already packed clothes only for me to like shower and change again. And so yeah, because I don't have my full set of clothes with me, so I'm probably gonna be in a lot of repeats this next few days. So don't judge, don't judge. I have clothes, I just don't have them with me. But that's not the focus today. I'm just gonna spend time with the Lord and start. Today is day 1 of 21 days, and I'm just gonna go walk and spend time with the Lord and worship. I was listening to a message from yesterday. There's a cutoff yesterday due to the network on the train, and just as inspiring, just as edifying. And so today I'm just gonna continue resetting, and I'm gonna pray, and I'll just do a quick prayer now before I go on a walk. Father Lord, I come before you because you're always with me. Thank you, Father, for in this special moment that I am dedicating to spend an intentional time presenting my body as a living sacrifice, Lord. Devoting myself to you, sacrificing food, spending more time intentionally to worship and walk with you. I just pray that you would help me fix my eyes on you even more. Help me hear your voice even clearer, Lord. As I seek you, Lord, I pray that you help me see you, Lord, because you're always there. You've never left, and you said you will never leave me and never forsake me, Lord. So I just pray that my eyes and my heart will be more tuned with everything that you're calling me to into this season, Lord. Father, Lord, especially since I'm doing this soul steps, Lord, that I'm taking for the rest of this year, I just pray that my inner being will be strengthened. I just pray that I would not be overcome by distractions, that I will not be overcome, that I will walk in the fruits of the Spirit, in patience and joy and love and peace, Lord. I just pray that your hands would be evident in my life, that in the words I speak and the actions I do, Lord, especially today, I pray that you'll be my strength in the Lord, that you'll be my painkiller, Lord. I just pray that my eyes be focused on you, even as I go to this work, as I'm going through this walk and ride. I just pray that you would help me see more than I ever have. In Jesus' name. Amen. I need to go. Where's my key card? Key card, without my key card, I can't. Oh, there it is. I can't come back in. Just go.
It's a season of surrender, not striving. As we do that, we are renewed. Prayer becomes the reset of our souls, aligning our hearts with His will. Fasting becomes the recalibration, stripping away what doesn't belong and realigning us with what truly matters. Together, they offer a new grip, a firmer grasp on hope, on faith, on the promises of a faithful God. In this act of surrender, we find strength that we didn't know we had, peace that we could never manufacture on our own. As I walk today, I'm reminded that fasting and prayer are a journey forward toward alignment with God's heart. This isn't just a physical walk, it's a spiritual reset. Fasting humbles me, reminding me of my dependency on Him, and my prayer strengthens me, grounding me in His grace. With each step, I'm laying burdens down, walking in trust. This isn't just a routine, it's worship in motion. Every breath, every stride whispers, Lord, I trust you more. Today, as I walk, I'm reminded that fasting is not about perfection, but about posture. It's about humbling myself before God and creating space for Him to move in my life. Every step I take becomes an act of worship. There was a time when I would have seen a call from my mom during my prayer and fasting time as a disturbance, a distraction from what I'm trying to focus on with God. But over time, I've realized something deeper. My relationship with my mom is just as important to God as my moments of solitude. Taking a few moments to connect with her doesn't diminish the sacredness of this time. It's an extension of it. In fact, this moment became an opportunity, a chance to invite her into this journey with me. I've shared my heart about this season of fasting and prayer, and together we've decided to fast until 3 p.m. instead of the 6 that we usually do. It's a beautiful reminder that God moves in relationships too, that He's not limited to the boundaries I set. In that brief call, God was at work, drawing us closer to Him and to each other. This shift in perspective has taught me that sometimes what feels like an interruption is usually an invitation to love better, to connect deeper, to see God moving in unexpected ways. Mama, no problem. Alright, Mama, not Kindy. Alright, love you. After that call with my mom, I felt a renewed sense of purpose, not just in fasting, but in how God uses every moment, even the ones we don't expect, to weave something beautiful.
My mom is joining me. My mom is joining me this 21 days prayer and fasting. That's the best news ever. I'm gonna go shower, change, and then do my letter art 10. Hopefully I have enough time before I have to head to work.
It's easy to think of praying and fasting as isolated times where we shut everything else out, but today reminded me that God doesn't work in silos. He's always present in every interaction, in every pause, and in every breath we take. After hanging up, I took a moment to breathe deeply and remind myself why I'm doing this. Not just to reset my own heart, but to open myself up to how God is moving in ways I might not have seen before. Once the space was quiet again, I felt the nudge to take everything that had just happened and bring it back to God. That's the beauty of fasting. It's not about perfection, but about posture. And I prayed, Lord, thank you for showing me how to honor relationships while still honoring this time with you. Help me carry that balance forward. Fasting is a way to create room for God, and I felt that so clearly in the moments following the call. I began to feel this peace settle over me, as if God was saying, this is exactly what I want for you, to love me and to love others well. It reminded me that preparation for prayer and fasting isn't just about quieting the external, but also about quieting the internal noise that says everything has to be perfect. Getting down on my knees was like grounding myself, not just in the physical sense, but spiritually. Nevertheless, the physical posture is not the main focus, whether I'm kneeling or standing or lying flat on the ground. As I prayed, I started to let my thoughts slow down, releasing the tension of the morning and letting gratitude take its place. I reflected on how fasting is a journey, not a checklist. It's not about what I'm giving up, but what I'm making room for. As I'm going about my day, I prayed, Lord, guide my thoughts, my steps, and my heart. Let my walk be more than movement. Let it be worship. Even though I'll have to head to work soon, this moment feels sacred. There's something special about writing letters to God. It's more than just words on a page. It's a moment of surrender, of intimacy, where my heart meets His presence in the stillness. Sitting here by the window of my hotel room, overlooking a snow-blanketed world, I can't help but pause. The stillness outside reflects the stillness I'm seeking within, a quiet reminder of the beauty of His hands and His faithfulness in every season. This time may be brief, but somehow, even writing just a few sentences feels so intimate, as though God Himself is sitting with me, reading every word as it pours out from my heart. It's not about crafting perfect prayers. It's about being honest, offering Him my gratitude, my fears, my dreams, my doubts, knowing He receives them all with love. This act of writing is a way to anchor my thoughts, give shape to prayers that might otherwise remain unspoken. As I sit here, pen in hand, watching the snow settle on the branches outside, I'm reminded that God meets me in these small, quiet moments. These letters aren't for anyone else to see. They're just between me and Him, a space where I can be vulnerable and real, surrendering my plans, my fears, expectations to Him, asking for wisdom to lead me, His grace to carry me, and for His love to fill me. So, as I keep on going about my day, I'm holding on to one thought. God is here. He's not only in the moments I carve out for Him, but in the moments that surprise me, in the steps I take, in the ways I'm learning to trust Him more. This isn't just preparing to go to work. It's a journey of faith. It's a time to listen, to reflect, to take a new grip on grace. And I know that as I move forward, He's moving with me, shaping every step for His glory and for my good. This is the beauty of resetting. It's not about what I've done, but what He is doing.
All done. And yeah.